town of Parsons was created by the railroad in the late 1880s, but did not receive its charter until 1913. Business growth started in the depot area and spread primarily to the south, west, and east. The depot was considered the business and social center of the new town. There were some shade trees along that area and a sidewalk alongside the railroad. A well was located there, which was provided with a hand pump. People would congregate there where they could visit, rest, see who was coming and going, and even have a lemonade or an ice cream treat. The railroad led to the building of stock pens, warehouses, and storage yards in the area west of the depot. Soon there were also a variety of businesses such as hotels, groceries, general mercantile stores, banks, livery stables, and a jewelry shop in the vicinity. The northern section of the town was not developed until later. Olin Ray Houston was born in Decatur County in 1902 and lived much of his life in the Bear Creek community near the town of Parsons. He lived to be 103 years old and was a first-hand witness to the growth of our community during the 20th century. Fortunately for us, the late Bill Fisher and his son Martin interviewed Mr. Houston when he was 95 years old. Through this recorded interview, Mr. Houston shares his remembrances of the development of the town of Parsons around the year 1913.
I know some things that happened a long time ago because I'm 95 years old. And I know a lot about Parsons. I was raised here in a mile of the old depot of Parsons. I went to school at Parsons about, the best I remember, about 1909, and the brick building's done gone now. It's been tore down. And then on up about 1914, I went 4 or 5 years there at school. I remember a lot of the old timers there that had stores in Parsons. On Tennessee Avenue was J.A. Raines. He had a drugstore there, and as well as probably general merchandise. And then on up going south on Tennessee Avenue, there was, as I remember, Harry Burke, the man that helped lay off the town of Parsons, had a store there. On up further up, I remember Joe Wheat was one time about where Farmers Banquet one time was. Going on up south, I remember First Baptist Church was in a wood building. Further on up, W.T. Tom Hayes had a store back at that time. They had a liver barn up there. Of course, most people know what a liver barn was. They had kept horses, buggies, these salesmen, drummers, we called them, come in there on the train and go out to these country stores. And of course, he had this liver barn. And then back over, we'll go back down to on Tennessee Avenue down to about where the railroad was at that time, and start south there. John P. Raines had a hotel, and Rube Wheat had a store there on south, Milt Houston. And further on up on Tennessee Avenue was Bill Raines. And I'd go from school over there. That was up there about where Thomas Carrington lives now. He had a store there, and I'd go from school over there and buy me a few. When I had a little money, I liked candy. I'd go around and buy me some candy. And we wore overalls back then, boys did, most young fellas. I'd go there and buy my overalls. Then going on up, as far as Parsons is concerned, they had a a liver barn down there about where Long's, Will Long place today. They used to have a liver barn in there. Word got out there's a cowboy coming in there and he's going to ride these bucking horses and mules. I was pretty small, but I went along with Daddy over there, and that town was filled up nearly. People coming there from everywhere, they heard about this. And the man did come, and he had all of his cowboy uniform on, and people followed him all around over town, something new. And he did ride some bucket mules and horses there. One thing that I don't guess many people remembers about Parsons was the Steed Hotel. Town has got their parking lot in there on that area. I've been in the Steed Hotel when I was a kid. I've been in the Tulane Hotel with G.W. Parsons. Of course, in the one that's standing there, the Range. Over on the east side of First Street or Main Street, N.J. Arnold had a general merchandise store there way back. G.W. Partner hardware store. Back at that time, that was about it. So far as Parsons, I thought I knew about everybody lived in Parsons at that time.
What you have seen and heard through this presentation is just a small sample of the rich heritage we have in Parsons. As we begin the next 100 years of our history, we are grateful for those who have left us with historical accounts through audio-visual media, through the written word, and through photographs. Let us be challenged to continue the effort to collect and preserve our heritage for future generations. City of Parsons Mayor Tim David Bowes, the City Council, and the Library and Museum Community Life Advisory Council hope you will continue to support the events and activities provided this year during our 100th birthday celebration. And we thank you for your support and attendance tonight.